Qorma, a dish enjoyed by a vast demographic of people. However, the origin is dubious in today's world. From Hyderabad, Karachi to Lucknow, many claims are made, but in fact, it was first prepared by the Turks. Yes, as strange as it may sound, korma was first prepared in modern-day Turkey. Today, korma is bombarded with spices and dry fruit to give it that rich flavor. Using basic ingredients, we will make Delhi's authentic beef korma to establish that the real magic is in the meat and not expensive ingredients. For the best korma, we will use veal. If you enjoy fat in your meat, then use the short rib. Otherwise, round cut provides for a good enough piece. Place 1 kilogram of meat in a pressure cooker and add 1 teaspoon of salt. Next, pour in a paste of 2 onions. It should be half a cup. Any more will sweeten the korma. Add 300 milliliters or a glass of water, and when the water boils, add cinnamon sticks. Right now, we just want the meat to become tender, so we won't be adding more spices. In a commercial kitchen, 10 kilograms of korma takes 30 to 40 minutes of cooking time because it is cooked on a very high flame. But household stoves don't have a very powerful flame, so they take very long. And by the time we finish cooking, it does not taste like a deghi korma. This is why we tenderize the meat separately. Cook the meat for 20 minutes, and if you aren't using a pressure cooker, cook the meat for another hour. Cooking time also depends on the quality and age of the cattle. Commercially, kitchens use half ghee and half oil. For a kilogram of korma, you will need 350 milliliters of ghee and oil combined. 350 milliliters is the requirement. Fat is more important for korma, otherwise the masala tastes rather strange. Add 4 thinly sliced onions. For a beautiful caramel color, the onions should be very thin. A korma is based on yogurt and onion. Yogurt adds a sourness, while onion sweetens the gravy. If the ratio is imbalanced, it becomes either too sweet or sour. Don't forget to add 1 teaspoon of kura water, also known as pandanus. The fragrance of the kura water should not be overwhelming. Onions per 1 kilogram of korma should not exceed 350 grams. That means that the fried and onion paste. These were 6 golf ball sized onions with a 2-inch diameter. The fried onion should be golden brown. To caramelize onions, please refer to the Hyderabadi biryani recipe on the Food Scientist channel. After moving the onions, add the meat into the oil. Meat for korma should be soft and easily breakable. Right now, it should be chewable like regular curry. We will cook it for half an hour to ensure it is soft enough. The cinnamon and onion flavors will have seeped into the meat by now. After frying for 3 minutes, add 2 tablespoons of freshly grated ginger and garlic. It should be grated and not ground into a paste so that it does not burn into the masala. Now, lower the flame and cook for 2 minutes. That is a total of 5 minutes of cooking time. It's time to add the spices. That's 1.5 teaspoon of red chili powder, but you can adjust that as per need. If the chili is too less, it might leave the korma very sweet. Next, add 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, which is the most essential cooking ingredient. Add 4 bay leaves and cook for 15 minutes on a low flame. Should the masala appear to be burning, add a splash of water and continue. Be careful not to add too much water. It should be mostly dry. After spices are cooked, we can now add whole garam masalas. Add 6 green cardamoms and 1 black cardamom. They complement the yogurt very nicely, which we will be using presently. Chuck in 10 cloves to give your korma a richness. Add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Many recipes use cumin and star anise, which only contaminate the real flavors. Cook these for 2 to 3 minutes. We haven't used turmeric because it has a very earthy flavor, whereas the korma has an elevated taste to it. Now add 375 grams of sour yogurt and turn off the flame, covering the pot with a lid. Let it rest for 10 minutes. This is done to let the yogurt seep into the meat. You can smell the fragrance by now. If you have time, you may let it rest for up to 2 hours, but the very minimum is 10 minutes. Now we will cook on a very high flame. Add half teaspoon of dried mango powder, also known as khatai powder. After 2 to 3 minutes, add hand-crushed caramelized onions. Lower the flame and cover the pot and cook for 5 to 7 minutes. In the very end, add half a teaspoon of Mughlai garam masala, which contains maize and nutmeg. Turn the flame off. 10 years ago, people preferred darker-looking kormas, which have turned lighter with time. Even to this day, Old Delhi korma has a very dark color. If you want to lighten the color, fry the onions a gentle gold color. Or like commercial kitchens, add a little bit of milk to it. Another way is to add 1 or 2 tablespoons of vinegar when tenderizing the meat. It adds a sourness to the meat while presenting a gentle color. We have not used any of these 3 tips to keep the authentic color of the korma. Deghi Dehli korma is ready to be served. It is mostly paired with fresh tandoori naans or sheermals. If you feel you've learned anything from this video or used this recipe, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for notifications. Thank you for watching. Allah Nigaban.